that would be very helpful for students learning at home. The first one is voice typing. If you are doing an assignment on Google Doc, you can go to Tools, scroll down till you get to voice typing, click on that, and then you're going to click on this thing that says click to speak. It's going to ask to allow your microphone. Push allow, and as soon as you click that, it activates the microphone, so it will pick up every word that you say. So you want to do this in a separate room because it will also pick up background conversations. So I'm going to go ahead and click allow. And from here, I will continue to give you my directions. And as you can see, the microphone is typing out everything that I'm saying, period. This is very helpful for a student that struggles with writing but has great ideas, period. Sometimes just getting the words out on a page is the biggest struggle, and this helps the student eliminate that struggle, period. It's important that students first get their ideas on the page before even thinking about editing, period. That is something that the parent can help them with. Or sometimes the computer has a program where words will be highlighted or underlined to go back and correct, period. So when you're done, you just click on the microphone again and it stops typing. But as you can see, it's pretty accurate, and you want to go back and read. So you want to have your child go back and read aloud what they wrote, and if it doesn't make sense, then they can make small edits and changes from there. Okay, so that's voice typing number one. The other thing is text to speech. So if your child has to go on a website and say there is a lot of reading, there's a couple tools that they can use. The first one is Snap and Read, and it is this logo right here. I'm going to go ahead and sign in with Google. Okay. So if I go on to an article and I want to read about humans in space, but you know, this reading is a little bit too difficult for my reading level, but I'm really interested in reading about space. So what I can do with the Snap and Read is I can highlight certain things and it will read it for me because I really am interested in finding out what's happening.
NASA astronaut Chris Cassidy will be available for live satellite interviews from 7 to 8:30.
Okay, so if I click on it, again, it'll stop. Also, there's a masking tool that will help me stay focused. So if I want to read one line at a time, if I need it translated, I can click on this icon here and it'll translate it into a different language, like certain words. Actually, I have to highlight, and I think my designated language here is Spanish, so it just translated that to Spanish. If I click it again, it goes back to the original text. If I want to lower the lexile level, it does for certain words. So what does originate mean? I'm going to click on, actually, I'm going to click on this and it'll lower whatever lexile level. Actually, I have too many things. So that's Snap and Read. The other tool that you can use is this read text on this page. So if you are, if you highlight the text and you right click, there should be this icon that says help me read this, and it'll also do the same thing. Actually, it converts it to something with no distractions. It makes the text a little bit larger, and then if you click on play, it'll also read the text to you.
NASA astronaut Chris Cassidy will be available for live satellite interviews from 7 to 8:30 a.m.
So what's nice about this tool is that it removes all the distractions, like the commercials, and also if you wanted to identify the nouns, the verbs, adjectives, or whatever, it can show the labels. There's also, if you want to break it down to syllables, so there we go, the nouns. There's all kinds of features on this. It has a picture dictionary. If you want a line focus, it does that too, so that it helps your child focus. If you want 3 lines at a time, 5 lines at a time. It can also translate to different languages. It also has the adaptation of a different background color if some of the lighting is harsh for your eyes. So that's the second accommodation, is that when the text is too difficult for your child to read, we have these things that can read to them. The other one is the Google Suite assignment adaptations. So if I am trying to help my students and they have been assigned an assignment from another teacher, and the prompt is write about your 2-week break, I, as a teacher, know that they're going to struggle here. So what I would do is I would go in and scaffold by maybe writing in a different color, and I would say, what did you do? Then I would say, who did you spend time with? And then I would write, what was the best part? What was the worst part? So as you can see, I can add as many questions as possible, but by my student answering these questions, it will help them formulate an entire paragraph. Because a lot of the times our students they need prompting on, well, what do I write about? So we want to break it down in a different text so that your gen ed teacher can see what adaptations were made by the teacher. And again, you're not doing the work for them, but you're definitely prompting them in the right direction. And the other thing that our students need because of executive functioning is something that's going to be very difficult for them with distance learning is the multiple directions. They're going to need step-by-step directions. So as you log on to Schoology and you see what the assignment details are, you as a SPED teacher want to do a 1, log in, 2, go to your course, 3. So you want to make it as easy as possible so that a parent can help our student, the student can go back, and as much as possible we want to upload tutorial videos because that enables the student to be able to rewind, replay, and listen to the parts that give them confusion over and over again until they can process it and break it down. Thanks for watching!